Alright everybody, welcome back. So today we have Drift CE. This game is made by 505 Games, part of the same developers that made Assetto Corsa. And there's kind of a lot to go over this video, so I'm just gonna dive right into it. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, and join my Discord. Maybe we can talk about it a little bit more. So now that that's all out of the way, this game is very impressive for a lot of reasons, okay? So the first thing is you can literally build your own motor, okay? And what I mean by that is you start with the warehouse, right? So you have your rotaries, you have your standard V8, and then you have your i6, your i4, your boxer engines, all that good stuff. And it is very, very intuitive, or not intuitive, it's very, very involved. So just to I'm actually going to jump into sandbox right now because I'm in career mode and I don't want to spend that money just yet on something new, because the first thing I can say about this game is play the career mode and play through the tutorial, because there is a lot to learn if you don't know anything about motors. I thought I knew stuff about motors. I was wrong, let me tell you. So here, this is the cool thing right here, right? So we're gonna start off with the motors. Okay, let's stay on track, right? All right, so engine block. Let's just remove this. Remove engine. Yes. Okay. So if you're on mouse and keyboard, it's E. If you're on controller, it's circle or B, depending on what type of controller you have. And I prefer myself a inline 6 or straight 6. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to just go and kind of build a few things, and then we'll dive into the actual drift portion of this. Okay. And so you can kind of go through all the parts on here. This is rotatable, which is really, really nice. And all the way down to the crankshaft. I think that's what that is. I'm still learning. Yeah, all the way down. So you have basic, right? And it gives you description, your RPM limit, all that. Like it's all just straight away right there. Okay. Which is really cool. And then rev limiter 8500, which is my personal preference. I wish I could get up to like 9 or 10, but it is what it is. And so essentially piece by piece, internal by internal, all the way down to the actual, here, let me see if I can show you real quick without it being too involved. So head valve cover, and then you have to and that's the other thing it makes you use. It makes you take everything off in order, which is pretty insane. So we have to take that off at some, okay, so crankshaft pulley, radiator hose, upper radiator hose, lower radiator hose. I think you guys are probably starting to get the picture by now. But we're just going to do a couple more things here. And you have to take it off in order, otherwise it won't let you do the next thing to take off. So cam gear cover, that should be the last piece to expose everything. Yes, because you have to get into these two big camshaft holders right here. Let me see if I can also zoom this in real quick. Video, field of view, garage. Let's turn this down. Okay, so now we're really close, right? And so this is the one game where having max POV isn't necessarily a good thing, because now you can really kind of see all of the internal parts. So like engine head, camshaft, spark ignition coils, ignition, and then the spark plug, right? And then let's see if I can, I don't want to fast forward through this because I want you guys to get a good idea of just how in-depth this is, and I'll explain more when I'm actually drifting, or maybe I won't, because the games seem to be louder than needed and then you guys aren't able to really hear me unless I'm not driving. So camshaft, and then we have to take the whole head off. But essentially, we could pop the whole head off, and then we can actually get into the pistons. And here, I will actually just turn this all the way over. Right, so there it is. Pistons, crankshaft, engine block, and you can see, oh, where to go? Piston, there we go. So it's all the way down to pretty much every last detail, and that's, I don't know how close this is to like Mechanic Simulator or whatever that other game is, and it's, the other one's pretty in depth too, but this one obviously you're not putting in all the screws and all that stuff. But the cool thing is, so I'm going to, oh nope, no, we're gonna put the FOV back up here. So let's go ahead, move to Toyota Chaser. So check this out. So we're going to go to car parameters. It'll literally tell you what's wrong. So the engine, it'll tell you, give you a breakdown of the parts you need, the pipes, gearbox, which is the transmission, drivetrain, rims, body, because I have some weird things on there, steering knuckles. That's the other thing, right? And so look at this breakdown. So alignment, it gives you your steering angle, it gives you your toe, your camber. It's so freaking, and it even gives you your differential ratio, and it gives you some other things on your brakes too. But check this out. This is a weak spot for me. I'm pretty handy around around an engine. Like I could do like my own tune-ups and maintenance and stuff like that. And I'm still learning. There's a million things to learn, but I know jack about suspensions, but this has actually given me a lot to actually go through and learn, right? And now I can go through and change, like me personally, right? I can change the shocks, I can change brakes, I can change brake discs. But as far as like control arms, I kind of have an idea of what they do, but like when it comes to like sway bars, like that's where I'm just lost, for lack of a better term. Okay, so steering rack, and I mean I can really get into this. Like this is subframe. Let's put this up a little bit more. Let's see what else I can get into. I'm only doing this because we're in sandbox. Otherwise, I would not. So let's actually take everything else down. Let's see how deep we can get into this. But I've already done, just to talk about it before I get into the actual driving portion of it. There is so much that I'm very impressed with. Like, it feels more realistic than CarX, which isn't hard to do. It feels a tad more realistic than, I would say, and my comparison here, because I've drifted a little bit in real life, and I mean nothing to brag about or even really worth mentioning, but I know what it should feel like, right? And this feels really close to Assetto Corsa, and I don't know if it's dropped with the new patch that came out recently. Okay. I'm trying to, here, let's actually move the motor, because maybe that's, move engine to stand. Oh yeah, look at that, bang. Oh, that's so cool. So now we can actually go in. So it's kind of weird because all this stuff is just floating, right? But I mean, the game is also like 3 gigs. Okay, it is not a big game. The game is like 20 or 30 bucks, and you could get it on sale probably for like $2 or $3. And honestly, even where it's at right now, I think it's worth the $30 if I'm being totally transparent with you guys. Like, I'm very, 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 very impressed. Like this is like the graphics are not terrible for especially for a 3 GB game. The depth of the game is pretty impressive, and there's a lot of options of what you can do. And I can make a 45-minute video just going through every single thing that's on here. But what I wanted to say was, if like this is a game I would recommend for beginners, like to really like get down into like the nitty-gritty of everything, because you have to build everything in order with a few exceptions, right? But like, so I'm honestly just gonna dismantle this for later, because I'm just still like kind of yapping about all this. But because you have to build everything in order, it kind of gives you a better idea of how everything actually works. And what's really nice about this is I can just clean it all up. Boom. No nasty parts laying around or anything. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, check this out. So let's just do this, right? So you actually have to come over here and then put the tire on, and then you have to set the tire as well. I think that's what this is, right? I don't know jack about like tire things. Let's see here. Let's see if we can actually digital wheel balancer. Yeah, so I'm gonna presume it just sets the tire actually like on the inside of the rim, so that way when you air it up, you don't have a bunch of like gaps or anything where the actual like air in the tires will actually go out. That's my assumption. But my point being here is everything down to the tires, it makes you do everything in order. I really just want to show you guys this because this is like kind of silly. Not silly, but like, so you just have to click it right, and like the whole thing spins. It's pretty cool. And then you put it on here. Yeah. So anyway, I thought that was cool, right? And then you just drop it, right? And then, so you right click if you're on PC, B if you're on controller, and boom, it's gone. So anyway, so let's go back to taking these things off. But this, I'm going to go through, and hopefully I can actually develop a much better understanding of, excuse me, a much better understanding of how suspensions actually work. Like, I had no idea that there was an actual handbrake portion, and maybe this is just like more advanced suspension, right? Because like I thought a handbrake was just controlled like the regular brake caliper on a separate set of wires, essentially. Okay, I need to take this down a little bit. Oh, I have to take the control arms off. Oh, I can just take the knuckle off. So the knuckle, I've learned, or at least what it looks like, is basically what holds the entire disc and brake and tire assembly together. Shocks, blah, 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 whatever. Control arms. Okay, this is going to give me a headache. I don't know about you guys, but this is insane. Let's go 60. Oh, that's much better. Okay. For doing the internals of the engine though, I gotta tell you, like, being able to really zoom in there is huge for me personally. Oh, I think that's it. No, nope, there's control arm right there. So what is that? Rear upper trailing arm. What's interesting about this too is here, let me show you guys. So open warehouse. When you go into it, it looks like it's like when you get into like the higher end of control arms, like it's so much simpler. So chaser, apply filters, because when you get into these like this, like these just make more sense than like having two connected bars welded together makes way more sense than having four like just separate. Or maybe they don't, and I'm like full of it. You know, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think I am. That just makes more sense to me. It makes. I think it would be much more stable. But what do I know? I really think because you're forced to really do all this before, because like you could just as easily go into single player and just take whatever drift ready car. But it's, at least with this, I feel like once I have more experience on what all I'm doing, as far as suspension goes, I feel like I'll be able to take a lot of this and really understand what it is that I'm tuning in like other games like Forza, or even when I go into CarX, to like make better things happen. Because what's really cool about this too is instead of just like your like wheel adhesion for CarX, right, or like you're just lowering or adjusting your PSI, or just having like semi-slick or like some random off-brand tire, with this, let me show you, because I think it is pretty cool. Brakes, no. Where's it at? Drivetrain, pipes. Is it under suspension? No. Okay, well that's mildly annoying. Oh, maybe I have to take the filter off. There we go. Tires. So check it out. It actually tells you like if it's a hard component tire, which basically means there's less grip between like the wheel and the actual road, or let's go right. So soft is going to be closer to like a slick or like a semi-slick type deal, borderline wet. And there's going to be less tread because you don't really need it. And then it also tells you like, so these are all going to be 215 millimeters, right? You go down here, these are going to be 225s, 235s, 245s, and so on and so forth. You could get really wide tires on this. Oh my gosh. Like this has got to be a thick boy. Hold on. Oh my God. Hold on. Just for reference. Look at that. You could fit this inside of there. That's ridiculous. Like, that's a chunky boy. Anyway, back to dismantling this thing. So now that I've covered all the beautiful things about this, we can talk about the things that are the reasons why the game is only freaking, you know, $30, $3 when it's on sale, right? Which is, there's a steep learning curve if you're actually trying to understand what you're doing, okay? And the learning curve is doing everything in the order that it's actually supposed to be done. And that's the hard part, for me at least. Like, because I want to understand everything that I'm doing, so that way I can like make like better educated decisions. Where is... Oh, I can actually open the trunk? It didn't let me do that before. Nice. No way. Can I actually... Oh, I can. That's so cool. Something lit up blue that I was able to take off. Oh, the spoiler. Lol. That's okay. So just like regular batteries. Okay. All right. That's fine. Well, so this is kind of cool. What is happening? So this is a bare bones car right here. There is nothing going on here except for whatever that is. Oh, the brake reservoir. Strut bar, ECU. Oh, can I upgrade this ECU? Is that a thing? Oh, sad face. I can't. What about the fuse box? I'd assume not. Yeah, that makes sense. Hold on. Look at that. Look how detailed that is. Oh, the numbers are backwards, lol. That's kind of funny. So you're kind of looking at like a mirror image, if you will. But that's so cool. Like, I think this really brings, I feel like, that sense of culture in real life to where you know every little thing that's like on your car. I really appreciate that, at least. And the graphics aren't half bad. Like, Goosiest was, if you guys follow Goosiest, was saying that this was like a mobile game. And not to go against the big boys, you know what I mean? But I don't feel like this is a mobile game. I feel like this is good. I feel like the graphics are maybe not better, but they're at least on par with CarX. And people get, hold on. No, okay. Anyway, people take some really cool pictures. Oh, I can just take that off? What? Oh, that's rad. Anyway, it just really, I feel like, provides so much depth to the game, or to the actual car culture of like what you can and can't do. So I'm gonna go into my career mode so I can show you guys something else that I thought, like, this game, I feel like if it had a set of core, and maybe it does, right? I don't know. But if it had a set of Corsas, like drifting physics, like if it just had the entire physics all the way around, I feel like it would be the perfect car game, if I'm being totally honest. So with this, so check this out. So car parameters, just to give you guys a better idea. So I've built this. It's got 65-degree steering angle, 4 degrees of caster, 4.5 degrees of camber in the front, 0 in the back, because I like my cars to be grippy. And I heard somebody say it once, and I feel like it's the way to go. It's like you want to drive with your braking, or you want to be able to steer with your brake and your gas, so that way you can really just focus on your foot, on like you're controlling the vehicle, because like your steering wheel should be doing its own thing. Like the car should be essentially steering itself to some degree. But you can do so when you can run a dyno and it'll give you like the actual like power and torque you're putting out. This was kind of a happy accident and by design. You know, I wonder if I could actually. Interesting. Anyway, I'm thinking which crankshaft to actually put down, because I should be getting like 8,000. Oh no, that's just the max. Okay, yeah. No, because we're only getting 8,000 RPMs. Right? Am I reading this right? No, that's torque. That's power. This is the RPM. Okay. So we're not even getting all the way up there. That's interesting. Anyway. Oh, I meant to go back there. So we're going to go to fine tuning, pause. And you can go through. This bothers me a little bit because you can't really see what exactly it is, like what pressure, right? Like that you're actually putting on the car. So you just have to kind of go based off of personal preference. I mean, you like obviously more tire pressure, lower tire pressure, right? Like I feel like that's pretty obvious. Brakes, I don't feel the need to adjust the brakes. Like they feel pretty good on this car, so maybe I'll feel different on other ones. Drivetrain, I didn't set anything up to adjust that. I think I'm gonna play with this a little bit. I'm not sure. The alignment is pretty cool. Oh, I can go even further. Oh man, that's gonna be that's gonna be ridiculous. Okay. So anyway, yes. So I have to. So that's the other thing, is you have to run the dyno anytime you make any sort of adjustment, which is weird in my opinion. Okay. So let's move this over. So this is the real thing that really lets you like build the car, is custom steering wheel, custom freaking dash, custom e-brake, custom gear, like shift knob. Like I think that like short of being able to actually like sit in here, like you can really customize and like really get to know your stuff. Oh, pedals? What? Can I adjust those? Or that's just telling me what it is? Oh, sad face. I'm actually gonna ECU dashboard. Okay, and then there's the regular dash, right? So, all right, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna move everything over to my actual rig, and I will just try to not talk while I'm doing this. Let's go to, I feel like this is the best one. And this is the other cool thing, man. I feel like CarX really dropped the ball on this, and maybe this game is just super slept on, but it has a Gymkhana thing for you to do. Like, come on. Like, that's really cool. At least I think so. But we're gonna just do free ride for now. So give me 2 seconds and I'll be right back. So now that we're back, so let me make sure. Nope. Okay. So this is kind of the plight of this game a little bit. Okay, is everything is kind of like everything is where it's supposed to be, which is really nice, right? And so that is part of the problem right there. So let's go through and get some things inverted. Pedals, throttle, invert, right? There we go. Invert and invert. And I've already gone through and set up everything else to make sure that works. Yep, cool. There we go. So you have a couple of different views. Did I not? Okay, there we go. So inside, so this is kind of the crappy thing, is everything is, or not, the wheel only goes to like 90 degrees, which is kind of funny. But let me see if I can adjust field of view. Let's see if this is any better now. It is not. Yes, let's do that, please. Because I do be in America. Video. Sad face. So you can't adjust the POV in the car. It is what it is. So you can, there is a lot like you can do though. I feel like that's plenty. So that's right number 2 kind of is, I don't know if you can hear my wheel. I have no force feedback. But so the problem is, I don't know if you guys saw it. So you can kind of adjust it down here. Force feedback effect, off the track, rear slip, main force, right? So let's drop this down. Let's see if that fixes it. Friction force. I think this is what is causing that. Maybe I just found the fix to my problem. I feel like I'm getting. Okay, so the fix was usually you would just go to settings, controls, and then you would just have to new force feedback. Huh. realistic with than CarX, okay? Because I'm rocking, what did it say, like 650 pounds of torque or something like that, right? Okay, let's bump this up to 200. Let's see how that feels. Oh, that feels so much better. Okay, so if you're getting any crazy, if you guys are playing this game and you get any crazy like friction, then just go back to the old 4-speed back, because that fixed it right away. And but anyway, so back to what I was saying about like how this feels to drive, right? Is like it feels like it doesn't feel quite like Assetto Corsa, because Assetto Corsa just has a certain I don't even know what the word would be. Assetto Corsa just feels right, I guess. But I think I'm also limited by my own equipment right now, because I'm rocking just a Logitech G923, which honestly I can't complain, because this has shown me so much of what's possible in like the virtual world, if you will, and I really love it, and I can't wait to upgrade. But I'm just gonna drift around a little bit for you guys, and I'm gonna shut up. And yeah. Okay. My point is, I don't feel like this game gets nearly enough love. Oh no, I don't want to quit the game. Because I just feel like it's so good, honestly. Like there's so much depth to this game, and I feel like part of the problem might just be people just want to hop in the game and play, right? Which I can understand that, right? Um, but if you're a nerd like me, different ball game. So let's. I want to show you guys the Gymkhana, because the Gymkhana is really fun. Like there's just a lot of stuff to do, and I think it's already on. No, so the challenges are really cool too. Let's see if I can break my record for you guys. But I guess my only gripe, my biggest gripe with the game, right, is the sound quality, and that was my biggest gripe all the years I played Gran Turismo. That was my biggest gripe when you upgrade different engines in Forza. Is like eventually all the engines just sound the same, and I haven't experimented with enough different engines. I've heard the i6 the i6 and the i4 in this game, which is a regular 4-cylinder engine you would find in like a Honda Civic, and a straight 6 is something you classically find in BMWs nowadays. And I don't think it sounds like it should, and I think that's due to the lack of options as far as mufflers go. But again, the game is 3 gigs. I think this game is arguably the most bang for your buck, period, especially if you're just getting into it. I feel like this will give you a much better idea of what you're tuning, what you're building, and how to do it. So I'm going to show you guys Gymkhana now. bet y'all thought that was an accident. Well, it was. Oh my gosh. But that it's just such a beast. Like so much fun. Man. So I think Goosius rated this game like a 3 out of 10. But I personally think this game deserves way more credit than that. If I'm being totally honest. Like I feel like this game is easily like a 6 or a 7 out of 10 because it definitely has room for improvement, right? But I think this game is so much better than like CarX, for example. I don't think it has quite the multiplayer thing. Oh yeah, see, look, nobody has, like, there's not even a server, at least not here. Maybe in Europe. Nope. Lamau. Oh, there is. Oh, no kidding. What? Yeah. Let's do it up. Can I pick my car? Oh, I can't pick my car. What? Sad face. Okay, what are we rocking here? 355, 280. Okay, all right. Well, let's just do that. Man, that's so sad. That's okay. That's definitely something I would change right there. Is being able to use my own car in an online lobby. Because I feel like that's a pretty easy thing to do, you know. you guys can expect to see me do more to this game. Maybe I'll show you. Maybe I'll do like a new engine build, or like I'll kind of do a walkthrough on suspension on at least what I think is going on, and maybe some other people can like show me some other stuff too. You know what? For being in Europe, I didn't feel like there was a ton of lag, so maybe they have really good servers. I don't know. But on that note, I wish everybody well. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Join my Discord, and I will catch you later.